crafty friends. This is Jessica Lewis with Scrap Sprinkle Crop. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you to introduce a combo of cards, and they're baby cards. They used a trio of colors, and it's presented by this week's TGIF challenges. So let me go ahead and show you how to put together these cards, and hopefully we have fun making them. Okay, let me switch my camera over. All right, here we are. And these are two versions of my little cards, and they're baby cards. They're little shaker cards. I have a feminine version and a masculine version. You got for a boy and a girl. And I think they're so cute. I hope you like them. This one is a little bit different, as you can see, because I have a few slightly different things going on here. This piece, the base of the card, is actually white, whereas this base of the card is the same color, so I made it monochromatic, and I actually like this version better, so I'm going to go with this version. We're going to recreate the feminine one, that way you can see what it looks like with the base of the card being the same color. Okay, so before I get started, I'm going to show you where this cute little stamp set came from. It's from the 2021-2022 annual catalog by Stampin' Up! And here I'm on page 59, and you can see this adorable little set. It comes with the dies and the stamp set, and you guys, I haven't looked to see if the stamp sets or this bundle is still available, because it is retiring at the end of April. So if it's still available, make sure you catch it on my online store. I'll be sure to put a link to my to the video below. So this is where it comes from, and I'll be using quite a bit of the stamp set and the dies. So be sure to grab this one. It's a cutie. Okay, so moving on. Oh, well, I guess I can show you the actual version of the stamp and the dies. Here's the stamp set. It's a set of 15 photopolymer stamps. And then here's the matching dies. It is so cute. I'm sad this is going away, and it's perfect for lots of baby cards. Okay, so like I said, we're going to create the purple version of this card. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to get started. I already have my card base, and this is, oh, well, I guess I should tell you what the trio of colors are, shouldn't I? Okay, here's my trio of colors. We have Gorgeous Grape, Costa Cabana, and Granny Apple Green. I love this combo of colors, and I'm excited to use those. So we're going to start off with the Gorgeous Grape cardstock, and this is just a regular card base that measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm just going to take the score line and burnish it with my bone folder, and I'm going to set that aside. Okay, now we're going to start off with a piece of shimmery white cardstock, and this measures 4 1/2 by 3 inches. Okay, I'm going to start off with that. And what we're going to do is we're going to tape it down with my handy dandy Post-it note tape. I have a few videos that I've made with this tape, and I just love it. Can't live without it. It's perfect for these kinds of projects. Okay, now before I move on, I need to show you something. I have this piece. It's a piece of Gorgeous Grape cardstock, and I cut it to 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and what I did is I took my ruler, and I went from corner to corner on one side, marked the middle, and then from corner to corner on the other side and marked it again. And what that does is it marks the center for me, And I took my layering circles dies, and this is the specific die I used. I believe it measures about 2 3/4, about a 2 3/4 inch circle. And I ran it through my die cut machine and I cut out the center. Okay, so you end up having something like this. Okay, this is what's going to help us create our shaker portion of the card. Okay, let me set this aside, and we're going to use the circle that we just cut out from there, and we're going to place it in the center of our shimmery white cardstock. Now I'm just noticing that this post-it note is going to be in the way, so I'm actually going to use this other side, the two sides here, to help keep my cardstock in place. Okay, so I'm just going to take my pencil and I'm just eyeballing it, looking at the width on the top, the width on the bottom, and on the sides here, and it looks like it's centered. And I'm just going to mark with my pencil all around. Okay, and what this is going to do is going to help me get a feel for where the center is. Now I'm going to take my decorative masks, and these are the basic decorative masks from the catalog, the annual catalog, and I'm using the dots, and these dots are really super cute. Now I noticed, and I need to mention, that there's a matte side and there's a glossy side. I'm using the glossy side when I lay it down because it's easier to remove the ink that gets on top of this mask. Okay, so hopefully that's a helpful tip for you. Now I'm going to use my post-it note tape again, and I'm just going to lay it over the top of that circle. Moving on, I have my 3 blending brushes. I have, so the way I would like to do this is I have the Gorgeous Grape is going to be my main color because I want it to be part of this main color that I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the center using my Gorgeous Grape and my what is it called? Blending brush. Excuse me. Blending brush. Now I want to go lightly. I'm going to start off on the side and work my way towards the middle like this, okay? And just do it in a circular motion and blend and blend, blend. Okay, I'm going to grab a little bit more and start off on this side. And like I said, I want this to be my main color, so that's why I did it in the center like that, okay? Close that up. Now I'm going to move on to my Granny Apple Green and blend it. You can do the top or the bottom, it doesn't matter really. So I'm going to start up here and then work my way down and blend it into the purple, or the Gorgeous Grape if you want to get technical. That looks pretty good. A little bit more on this side. You can go as bold as you'd like. I know that, it really does pop up if you make it a little bit bold. Okay, so I'm finished with my green. Now I'm moving on with my Coastal Cabana. The Coastal Cabana is going to go on the bottom. And I'm going to start out here and then work it towards the bottom. And blend that in really nicely. You add a little bit more on this side. Okay. I feel like I need to do a little bit more of the purple. I'm seeing that my purple is kind of fading away with all my blending. So I'm going to come back with my purple. I'm going to come on this side. I'm going to do a little bit bigger of a circular motion here. And that's going to blend into the other 2 colors on the top and on the bottom. Let's take a look. This is the magical part, and I love it. Oh, look at that. That looks so good. Now, before you put away and you forget that this is full of ink, take a paper towel and clean it. It's better to do it now than forget, and then you get inky fingers, and you don't want that. So that's a good tip right there. Okay, so now that we have this, take your pencil and erase the mark that you made. That way you won't have to see it through the window part of your frame. Okay, there you go. That is looking good. Okay, got to take off these little tape pieces. And so this is your finished product. Doesn't that look so pretty? Oh, I did tell you that. It's on shimmery white cardstock. I almost forgot. I thought I almost forgot. Okay, let's go ahead and set this up. And I'm going to take some foam adhesive strips. This is how they come. And I have a piece that I'm going to strip off. These are really great for shaker cards. So what I'm gonna do is, you can't see it on camera, but I do have a little bit of that outline that I can see from my pencil mark. And I'm gonna go about 1/8 of an inch outside of that circle mark that I made, okay? And I'm just gonna go all the way around with my, ooh, I cut that pretty close, didn't I? All the way around, excuse me, with my foam strip here. All the way around, all the way around. I did cut it pretty close on the bottom and the top. You might want to fix that if you create a card like this. And I just have a little tiny piece here that I need to cover up, so when I put in my little shaker pieces, it doesn't fall out. Let's see. Stick that in there real good, okay? That's what I have so far, okay? We're gonna set this, get this nicely set up and push it down, okay? So this is our setup. I haven't removed the backing off of it yet, okay? So let me bring in, I'm gonna move some things around here. And I'm gonna bring in this piece, okay? So what we need to do is we need to emboss it. And I used the Thanks and Hello embossing folders. These are smaller and thinner folders, and I used the Hello one because it's going to match. Let's see if you can see this one. There's the embossing, and it's going to match the Hello little one. Oh, that is so cute, isn't it? Okay, so let's go ahead and emboss it. So because this paper is thicker than the actual embossing folder, we're going to do something fun. I'm going to place it centered on my embossing folder, and these parts are going to stick out, but that's okay. Let me bring in my embossing machine. We're going to have to use the big one because this one is the little embossing, or the mini boss, what we can call, is not as wide as, it won't go through. Oh wait, I'm missing a plate. Just a minute. I need to have this plate right here. Plate number 2. And then plate number 4. That's gonna run through pretty good. Alright, we're gonna run that through. I'm just gonna go back again just for the sake of making sure it gets nice and embossed. Okay? So this is what we have so far. That looks good. I love that. Beautiful. I'm going to set this aside. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm going to bring in my scoreboard. I'm going to flip it on its back side, and I'm going to take this scoreboard and I'm going to mark a score line at 3 5/8, and then 3 3/4, and then 3 7/8. And then turn it around, and I'm going to do the same thing. 3 5/8, 3 3/4, 3 7/8. Okay? And that just gives it a little bit of, you know, a little bit more embossing for the piece. What do you think? I think that looks pretty. Okay, so now we have that. We're ready to bring this back in, and we need to fill it up with our little trinkets and such. So what I did is I took some of our pearlescent paper. It has a little bit of vanilla and color and a little bit of sheen to it. It's very pretty in person. And so I took my coordinating dies and I used these 4 dies right here, the rainbow, the heart, and the 2 stars. I cut it out from this paper 3 times, okay? And this is what it's going to look like. You're going to have a few pieces here, and I'm just going to take those and I'm going to dump them in here. And I want to make sure that I flip over to the front side of these little pieces. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I prefer it just to, it looks better on the other side, I think. And these will stay in place. Okay, so you have that. And then I also have some sequins. Actually, these are subtle shimmer sequins, and these are from the 2021 holiday catalog. This is all I could find, but certainly you can find whatever works for you, whatever kind of loose little sequins that you have that you could put in here. I like these because they match the pearlescent paper, and it gives a little bit of shimmer and shine in the center there. Just a little bit, little sprinkle in there, okay? So now I'm almost ready. I need to go ahead and let me think here. Oh, good thing I remembered. We need a window sheet, don't we? Okay, so I have a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 piece of a window sheet, and this is also in the catalog, and we're going to adhere it to the back side of this piece of cardstock. I'm so glad I remembered. I actually was putting together a sample earlier, and I totally forgot the window sheet, and I had to pry everything off. So make sure you have that window sheet handy. All right, I used a little bit of Tombow glue towards the near the edge of the circle, and I'm just going to lay this on top, and I'm going to rub all the way around. And you see how that glue spreads out a little bit? Hopefully you can see it well on the camera. All right, so we have that. Okay, so now we can get ready and remove this and the backing from this little circle here. Some trash. And this will dry. I think you can certainly keep working to place this down. Okay, so now we're going to get ready to place it down, and I'm going to try to place it along my grid paper so I can have it nice and straight, and then I can see what I'm doing here. And I still see a very slight marking of my pencil line, and that's going to help me judge on where to put it. And then I'm going to press it down, okay? And that seals the shaker part. Oh, that's so fun, isn't it? Okay, so that's in place. And I'm going to set it on its back side, and I'm going to bring back some more of my adhesive strips. And I have, I'm going to place them along the edge of the card. And what this does, it just helps it have give a little stability. I'm going to cut some of these in half so I can keep using them. And do it, I'm going to do this all around my piece here. Whoops, it's peeling off everything. There we go. Okay, this one is a little bit longer, but that is not a problem. We could just snip it off like that. Okay, easy peasy. And then this last side, let's see, I'm trying to figure out what to do. I guess I'll grab this piece here and this tiny piece. Perfect. There you go. Make use of out of all those little pieces that I have. So that's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to remove the backing from all my little foam adhesive strips. Okay, set that aside. Okay, now I can bring back my card base. I'm going to open it up just so it won't be folded over. Make sure that embossing is right side up. You don't want to have it the wrong side. I've done that before, believe me or not. Okay, now I'm straightening it up, leveling it, and I believe that's the right spot. What do you think? I'm going to press it down. Press it down, press it down. Nice. Okay, we are getting closer. Okay, now this one's a little bit tricky, and you might, I don't know, you tell me what you think. I'm going to ink up. I need to clean my stamp real quick. I noticed that I have a different color on here, and I don't want to. So this is a part of the stamp set, this little, it's like a line, clothesline image. And I'm going to ink it up with my gorgeous grape ink all the way. Okay? Now, don't be scared when I do this. I'm going to stamp on here, okay? And I'm kind of using the top of the embossing as my guide, okay? So you're going to take a look at what your guide is, where your guide is, and kind of adjust, and then you're going to place that stamp down. And I start from the left edge to the right edge so you can see that line. Now don't worry what you're seeing there, okay? We're going to fix. We're going to make it look good. Okay, so this is what I have so far. That looks terrible, but we're going to cover this. So there's no worries. Take a little bit of Tombow glue, and what you're going to do is you're going to squirt a very thin line of your glue exactly along that line. Take your time placing that adhesive, okay? Take your time and do it. Squeeze just a little tiny bit so you see that. So that helps you, at least it helps me, to be able to figure out where that clothesline mark is going to be. This is some linen thread, and I'm going to try to straighten it up as much as I can. So this is a little tedious, but hang with me. All right, so I'm going to start placing this, and I'm going to set it down along this glue. Okay, you have to be gentle and patient as you press this down. Patience, patience. And press it down. Gently, gently press it down. Okay. See, it's wanting to move. You just adjust it a little bit there. Okay, and I'm still pressing it down a little bit at a time. Gentle, gentle. Okay. Okay. See, you gotta be patient and press it down a little bit at a time as it dries. Okay, so that's what it's gonna look like. I need my scissors, and I'm gonna trim the edges that hang off the card. Oh, see, I pulled it off. Okay, you gotta have really nice sharp scissors for this. Snip it off right there. All right. Okay. Let's leave that to dry. Okay. Set that aside for a moment. We have a few things that I need to cut out, and I just dropped one of my pieces. I need to grab it. Sorry about that. Okay, I have a few pieces here that are going to be a part of my my front card front. Okay, I took the image. This is for the little girl. I took the little onesie for the girl, stamped it in Gorgeous Grape onto some shimmery white cardstock, and cut that out with my framelit. And then I took the Hello Little One sentiment, stamped it with Versamark ink onto black cardstock, and heat embossed it with white embossing powder. Okay, and you cut that out close to the edges. I did a little bit of a, let's see, of a flag. It's not a flagged end. I guess it's the reverse of a flag. And then I have, these are from the dies, and I also cut these from shimmery white cardstock. So all the cardstock that I used is shimmery white. It gives it a little bit of shine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp on these 3 little cutouts that I made. I'm going to start off with my heart and some Gorgeous Grape. I'm going to stamp a little heart on this little onesie right here. Oh, so cute. Okay, then I'm going to take my other color, my Granny Apple Green, and stamp the star onto the little bib, on the center of the bib. And then my Coastal Cabana, I'm going to stamp, which one? Well, where's my little rainbow? Here it is. I'm going to use my little rainbow image, and I'm going to stamp that on the little bib, the other bib. Oh, so cute. I have a few baby cards to give out, so I am so glad I'm making these. Okay, now you're going to use some, what's this paper called? The In Good Taste Designer Series paper. Here's the back side. You're going to use the die that goes, these are little clothespins. You see this die right here? Little clothespins for to cut out of the In Good Taste Designer Series paper. And you got to keep track of these. I lost a couple, and you just got to keep track of them. Okay, so I'm going to use that side. And first, I'm going to adhere the center, which is going to be this little onesie. And I'm just going to use some glue dots on the back side. I'm going to use 2 on the back side of this. And I'm going to place the onesie so that it's right in the center of my window sheet and right directly under the twine or thread that we adhered and still waiting to dry. Okay, now I'm going to take my other bib, and I'm going to place this right here, right under the twine, and then it's going to be on top of the window sheet very slightly at an angle. So you place it however you think would look best. And then I have my other bib for the other side. I'm going to place that here like that. Okay, we are getting closer. Now you're going to take your Tombow glue again, and you're going to put 4 tiny dots of glue where you're going to place your pins. 4 tiny dots right here. Okay, you might not be able to see them, but they're there. And then use your Take Your Pick tool. I'm using the putty end of my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to grab these little pins, and I'm going to adhere them down onto that glue. Press them down onto that glued piece. I need to grab this one and place it right here. And they don't have to be perfectly placed. I mean, whenever you hang clothes on a clothesline, it's not perfect. But, I mean, who uses clotheslines these days anyway, right? Okay. I'm just going to fix them. You have a little bit of time to adjust them with your glue. And I think that looks great. Okay, this is what we have so far. What do you think? Cute. Okay, we're gonna put the little finishing touch, and we're gonna put this hello little one on top of the card. And I have I just put 2 little glue dots back here, and I'm just gonna set it about right here. How's there? A good place? That looks cute. Okay, we finished the front of our card. Isn't that so cute? Very cute. Okay, let's finish the inside. And you know what? I didn't cut out a piece of cardstock, so you're going to have to watch me cut out a piece of cardstock. And I'm going to cut it, I'm just going to cut it to 4 by 5 1/4. 5 1/4. All right, we got that. And gotta get back in the frame here. Okay, so let's see, I need some tape, adhesive. I'm just gonna tape this piece of cardstock onto the inside of my card, like so. Okay, and then we're going to finish off with, let's see, I think I'm going to use blue or Coastal Cabana and Gorgeous Grape. So the Gorgeous Grape is going to be for the bib. And I have this bib image from the stamp set. It's a different image. And I'm going to stamp that down in purple, or Gorgeous Grape. I love the shading that the stamp set has. It's very beautiful. And then I'm going to put a little bit of Coastal Cabana for the sentiment. And it says, "Congratulations, you're on growing your family." I'm just going to place that right here. And that's it. You can definitely add more to this if you would like. You can definitely do that. But this is it. This is the finished card. Let me bring in the masculine version, the Coastal Cabana version. I love it. And then here's another version if you'd like to use the white card base. So if you have any questions, feel free to make a comment or contact me. But if you like this video, let me know. And I'd love to hear your comments and see what you think about these cards. So you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.